play a much more up-tempo style of play than the Bulls, although the Bulls like looking to run more this year, Jeff.
Well, trying to.
Hamilton misses. James, quick outlet to Wade.
And they should be able to run more as James finishes emphatically. Well, again, look at that speed. James rebounded, threw ahead, and got the return pass. Again, if Chicago wants to win, you've got to eliminate these plays. You've got to be back. He's faster than you, so you better be digging in and be back early.
Chalmers on the drive, blocked from behind by Rose, and a beautiful save as well. Shot clock at 3. Tough fall-away shot, way off, just hits the rim. Here comes James again, full head of steam. Slows down and lays it in. How do you stop that?
Well, you can't with even numbers. You have to have more guys back than they have running. That was a 2-on-2 situation with a very good spot-up shooter and Chalmers on the wing. Very difficult to defend.
Way off that time. LeBron James tips it to Chalmers. Chalmers comes up with a 3-on-1. Wade, alley-oop, throws it down. You could see that developing as they went down the floor.
So they went out and get Hamilton, hopefully another scoring option and a different way to score coming off baseline swing.
Oh, he does it again. Throws it right up with the rim. James comes flying in from the right corner. And another dunk.
Well, a good little brush screen by Mario Chalmers. Picks off Hamilton.
And he goes right over Lucas. I didn't even see that on the play originally.
It was like a step ladder. But this is where they miss Luol Deng.
Inside, James easy. And Brewer with the foul. Chance for a three-point play. What a start for LeBron James. 10 points already. Rose drives and gets in. Boozer. Rose gets inside. Nice reverse. And he got hit in the head too. And then bumps into Haslam. A little chippy right now to start.
Well, he's upset with the amount of contact that he's taken on his drive to the rim. Because even though it leads to some openings, you're going to make them have to shoot more jumpers as Boozer fouls James.
Well, James goes to the free throw line. Miller comes off the screen. But because of their up-tempo system, they're going to average more turnovers than most as James gets it inside. Nice feed from Miller.
Well, I always like the toughness of former football players as Rose throws it in. But you've got to try to take away the paint game of Miami, which is very difficult man-to-man.
Rose sets up Boozer beautifully. You know, Jeff, I'll give some credit to Boozer and Noah. You know, both of those guys, they're not happy about sitting, but they don't complain about it. They might go with Tom Thibodeau and talk to him, but publicly they say the right things as Rose gets it back after the first miss, puts it back up and in.
Because what he's saying is we're better off in some games with other guys on the floor. But they're doing the right thing. And Rose
gets it finished.
Another nice play, Mike.
Goes back in the man-to-man. LeBron James drills it. 17 first-half points for LeBron James. He's 7 of 9 from the field. James posting up. Brewer uses his left hand. And Noah able to hold on to it. Rose the drive. And somehow avoids the contact of Wade. I think they're going to call it on Wade. Yeah, Wade looked like Rose completely avoided him. Hamilton comes back, nails that one. Wade just 1 of 9 from the field in that first half, but 7 assists and no turnovers. That was a big stat for Miami. They only had 4 turnovers. James draws the foul. It is really night and day from last year to this year in terms of the scrutiny, the criticism.
Let's face it, his move as Rose draws the foul, he can play well in any move. Hamilton's taller and longer than you would expect.
Rose, nice crossover to the basket, puts it in. Beautiful move from Derrick Rose. Rose on the drive again, blocked by Joel Anthony. Wade releases down the other end and throws it down. Hamilton sidesteps. Ball poked out of Noah's hands. LeBron James able to track it down, feeding Wade. Tom Thibodeau calls timeout. Rose looking for an opening. That's a difficult shot. He makes it look easy.
Coming off a transition pick and roll. Just a little bit in front of the free throw line to make that shot.
Over a 6'10" guy.
You can always give me the super slow-mo. You can't over super slow-mo.
Bosch, top of the key. 20 for Bosch. Rose puts his head down, drives, and draws the foul. Anthony not happy with that call. Noah on James. Jump shot. Perfect. He's got 20. Rose, that little flip shot again, makes it look so easy, and it's so difficult.
And this 4 small lineup with James at the 4 is very difficult to defend if you're Chicago.
Just drills it. Their jumper looks so smooth this afternoon. Lead back up to 6. James drives, draws some contact. Just barrels his way in. Is it going to be on Noah? And Rose will reset. Just under a minute and a half remaining here in this third period. Rose drives, left-handed, banks it in. Lead back to 4 again. James pulls up, puts it in with 0.2 of a second remaining.
You told your guys in that third quarter to trust each other. Don't play casual. What do you mean by that?
Well, you see the turnovers we had. We had some casual turnovers there, and they seized their opportunity off those mistakes.
Difference between 2 and 2.9 is huge.
It's 9/10 from what I can gather.
Oh! James turns around and knocks down the 3. And a timeout. Chicago had words for Gibson after putting it in. Another terrific performance from LeBron James.
Most people try to take away James's right-hand drive, but he actually shoots the ball off the dribble better to his left, coming off to his left there. And then who can forget the early lob? I'm sorry, Lucas family and John Lucas. They keep playing it.
And in a season, Jeff, where so many guys are still trying to find their legs, get their shooting touch, shooting numbers are down as Rose gets inside, blocked by James. But Korver answers back with a big 3 there.
Remember back to the great Bulls teams with Jordan and Pippen, Phil Jackson used to have at least one on the floor at all times. You would not suspect that they would be this close. With Dang being out, C.J. Watson out.
Rose inside to Gibson. Nice reverse for Gibson, and it's back to 2.
Remember last year, Mike, Wade had trouble and really struggled against the Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals. Having another struggle today.
Rose puts it in. The high floater this time.
This stuff is indescribable. This is taking place at 8 feet over good help defense with a little bit of a bump. Wow.
By the way, Rose now has 29 points. That's the most an individual player has scored against Miami so far this season. Rose shaking. Inside, banks it in. Another gorgeous play from Rose. He's got 31 and the game is tied. Timeout Miami. The league's MVP putting on a show here at the American Airlines Arena.
Well, any of these 3 could be plays of the game. Great crossover, dribble, and then the long floater, nothing but net, and then the spin, the split, and the English on the ball.
He's made all these highlight plays, but let's go back about 10.5 minutes left in the game. The Heat were up 11. Rose drives to the basket. LeBron James gets a huge block shot, goes out, and Kyle Korver hits a 3. That was a huge bucket right there because the Bulls were reeling a little bit. And as James is fouled, they're going to say in the act of shooting.
Bogan's in the starting lineup. Dang's out. They just don't have as much.
James just slowly, methodically works his way inside and scores again. He's got 33, and the Heat back up by 4. Timeout, Chicago. James. Gibson got a piece of it, and Gibson very upset. He thought that was a clean block. And the Bulls have one more run in them. Boozer spins and puts it in. James drives. Tough fall-away shot way off. Rebound tip. And here comes Rose. Not a good possession there for Miami. Rose drives, count it, and a foul. Derrick Rose can make it a one-point game with a free throw. There's Rose now. A spectacular performance. He's got 33. And the Miami Heat with the victory. The Heat win their 4th in a row.